Good evening, YouTube. This is Kayleen String coming at you with my own meals, my kind of chicken. The entree that I bought on eBay at the end of last month and received the beginning of this month. And I have the Cold Weather More or Modular Operational Ration Enhancement Pack 3 as the accompaniment or the accessory pack for the main entree. Oh, sorry about that, Smitty. I didn't mean to, I don't know, I might have some disconnects, so I apologize in advance if I do get cut off. So as I was saying, the More Pack 3, the Cold Weather More Pack 3 will be like the accessory pack to this main entree. And I have the water on the stove, and I have my coffee pot ready to go. And since this does not have a hot drink, and I want a hot drink, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a mocha with this G7 in 3-in-1 coffee, and I'm going to combine that with this Land O'Lakes chocolate supreme cocoa mix, and that will be in my foreignemery.com mug. There is a cold drink in here, so I have the glass for that, and I have cold water that I'll get out of the fridge. But this one, instead of being in a retort pouch, is in a tray that can be put in the microwave or into a pot of water. And I'm going to boil this. So I'm hoping that a few others will come in. But again, this will be my dinner. And I'll give you a close-up of the box. I apologize for the shadow cast by... Yes, this one does. This My Own Meals has a microwavable tray. But I'm going to boil this instead of putting it in the microwave. And I'll show you that when I open the box, but I wanted to give you a close-up of what this looks like. So it has rice. There's, the other My Own Meals, the vegetarian ones that I did, had pasta in it. So, and the box is slightly smaller, but it's a little bit thicker than the other ones. So this is what it looks like. This is, so you can kind of see, you not really see, kind of see the rice and the vegetables. What do you mean it's still got the 80s on the back? I don't know about that. I don't know what that has to do with this, but this is still approximately the same amount of food as in the retort pouch. Actually, might be a little bit more. Yep, this one, the food weighs 10 ounces, where the other ones were 8. So get 2 more ounces of food out of this. So I'm going to go put this in the pot on the stove. And then I will turn on the coffee pot to heat up the water for what will be my mocha. And I'll then open up this more pack. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. When I first got this more, this packet here was actually stuck. It's somehow got either wet or there was something sticky and it just stuck here where you see this white. You can actually see some lettering. And then here is where that had stuck to the inner bag. And then these other items, this one here was actually, oops, sorry about that, I bumped them out. It was actually partially sealed right here into the seal of the outer bag, but I managed to free both of them without opening the bag. Ooh. JJM is here. Thanks for dropping. I'm about to open this cold weather more. The My Own Meals, My Kind of Chicken. Sorry about that. I froze for a second. So let's open this. Everything that is in here, but I will pick out the main things that I think would be a good accompaniment, but I'll show you. This is a cheddar potato that can be either as a spread, if you just take it straight out of the packet, or you add water to it and turn it into a soup. And then we have the basic emery crackers. We have, this says mini mocha, but it's actually a pretty good size, but for Strike Bar, so it's almost a full size one. It's just a little shorter but a little wider. So we got that. This is the drink pouch style lemon lime beverage powder, but I will mix it in the glass. They have the plain Zapple sauce, so there's no flavorings like cinnamon or berry or fruit or anything like that. It's just the Zapple sauce that has maltodextrin in it, which is supposed to be an energy booster. They have baked snack crackers, but the way I feel these, they feel like just crumbs. I'm guessing they would be Cheez-Its, and that is all that is in the More pack. So let's see, I'm going to check the chat. Oh, Vanessa is in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I'm shaking the beverage powder, the lemon lime beverage powder down from the top so I can open it up to put it in the glass. I'm going to move all these to the side. I'm going to go ahead and put this into the glass instead of mixing it in the pouch. These have a Ziploc at the top. So there is a lemon lime beverage powder. This is the G7 coffee. I got introduced to this last year by a YouTuber, Tack from OK Foraging and Adventures. And she gave me some of these. Then at the YouTuber meetup, Plain Old Chuck gave me a few more packets. Plus, I have a bag of 20 packets already to have more of those later. So this is what it looks like. Oh, yes, it is. You can find it in Asian stores. And it's really, really good coffee. I have never tried the plain coffee without the sugar and creamer, but I like my coffee blonde. Now I'm pouring this Land O'Lakes cocoa mix. Ooh, Nicole Lakiri Prepper is in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I bought there's 6 flavors a local grocery store had of this Land O'Lakes cocoa mix, and I bought one of each of those flavors. They're like a 3 for 99 cents, something like that. So I'm making a mocha with these. It sounds like my coffee maker is done. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring out the hot water to mix my mocha, and I'll be doing it with the foreignemery.com spork. As I said, I have my foreignemery.com mug. Then I'll get the cold water for the lemon lime drink. So I'll be right back. Put that right there, get it out of the way. Sorry about the shakiness. Mount table, and I'm doing this on a camp table, which is not a solid surface, but it's the best without use a tripod, and it's nice to look at the chat. Plus, it allows me to see if I buffer or if I get kicked off. So there is a mixed. I'll set that back there. Now I will I'll do it to about there. there we go. So look cloud as I, but it's a lot of powder in here. I'll end up giving this later on, but I'll go ahead and give it a chance to settle. I will put that back there. So what I'm going to do is just like rip off one of the corners, since there's less of the seal. And right now I'm giving this a knead, like I would the cheese or peanut butter. I think it's time for a hiss. Stop that, you. Let me make an adjustment. There we go. There we go. I got a good hiss out of that. It's time to see if these crackers will come out in one piece or oh, a little bit of breakage and crumbs all over. I'll get those. Wow, I got crumbs all over. So these sometimes mess up the crackers. Well, that'll have to do. Yep, see, this one's already breaking, so I'll put these pieces on top. Now what I'm going to do is, I'll put that there, I'm going to open up the first strike bar. I can already smell that mocha. And it's a little bit shorter, but it's wider than the regular bar. But that's what I'm guessing are Cheez-Its. Well, I'm going to have to make my turn up. That's what we got going on here. We got Cheez-It crumbs. Get the crumbs. I'm going to put the here. It says applesauce. These packets are meant to be as if you would drink it, so it's that turned out as a fail. There we go. Should be able to come out. Here, I'll put this there so you can see it coming out. British rations. I mean, it's even looser than baby food. There, got all that out of there. I'm going to readjust this just a little bit so I can better see what I got going on here. Little thing right here is a part of the mount, so I really can't do anything about that. I'm just ripping a small piece off. So I can control how much or how fast it comes out. Oop, maybe I didn't get enough off. There we go. This out of here, see what this looks like. Sorry about that, I just got disconnected. I was about to say that I'm going to go grab the main entree since it should be done. And I'll be right back. I am back. I carry it in here this is just a lid to a pot that can be like, you can stack another pot on top. But just to carry it, and I just got a paper towel to dry it off so I can handle it. And I'm just kind of flipping it around and sort of stirring it up. So it's pretty loose inside this container. I'm going to bring this back here. It's a peel back. If I was doing it in the microwave, I would either just pop the corner like this, or I would just take a fork and pop some holes. Wow, this is in a sauce. It's not what I expected. I thought it would be just rice and the chicken and the vegetables. There, I just stuck the top of that into here. So here is chicken and rice. There's pretty good sized chunks of chicken. There's carrots. There's peas. So this looks pretty good. Giving you a close-up of that. Oops. Off. The chicken is tender. It's obviously been somewhat, but it's not finely minced. It's soft, so is the rice. The rice in here is very soft. Almost, like this is almost meant to be a soup. Oops. Sorry. But it's not overcooked. It's not undercooked either, but the carrots and the peas are, I mean, they still got their form, but they are quite soft. But it's still quite good. I'm going to take a drink of my G7 and Land O'Lakes mocha. I love the combination of the coffee and the cocoa. Since I've never had this kind of potato spread before in a ration, I'm going to go ahead and give this a try on the cracker. I can taste the cheddar and a bit of the artificial bacon bits, so that's not real bacon. If it was real bacon, I would not be eating this. But it's actually, the texture is a tiny bit grainy, but and it's quite salty, so that makes up for the lack of salt in the crackers. But it's still not bad. And of course, these are the Cheez-Its. I decided to go ahead and leave this in this container instead of dumping it out. Because it's quite soupy, and I'm not sure that this center compartment in this tray would hold it all. And plus, it's just it's a convenience thing. But, other than the fact that the peas and the rice and the carrots are quite soft, I mean, they're still distinguishable. The chicken has still got good texture. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try a little bit with some of the crushed Cheez-Its. And I might put these crackers in there. Crunch. So that's not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and give this lemon lime drink another stir. Just make sure it's all mixed in, and then I'm going to take a sip of that. It did not all dissolve, but that's okay. Oops. Sorry about that. I need a little bit. There we go. About that, just had to make an. But yeah, this typical artificial lemon lime drink mix, but it's not overpowering. This applesauce just fit in here. This is the plain unflavored. It tastes like normal applesauce. There's just a lot of water in it. I'm going to take some of these cracker bits and put them in here. They won't have as much of the flavor of as a Cheez-Its, but they'll still add a little crunch. But still, despite the fact that this was a mushy, okay, welcome to whoever just dropped in. Guess my other viewers must have got kicked out. I do apologize for that. Hopefully they will all come back. Could be a crazy night for internet connections, but again, welcome back to any of you who did get booted and have come back in, so that I won't be eating dinner alone. I'll put some more of these Cheez-Its in here, these crumbs. And gives this a flavor. Sorry, this tray isn't exactly flat on the bottom. It works. It gives a little extra texture in here. And for who's just now coming, what I have is the My Own Meals, My Kind of Chicken. I was expecting them to look a lot like the, but I was saying that I was hoping that the rice would have a little bit more of a bite to it, more al dente, and that the vegetables be firmer. I got disconnected again, so I do apologize for that. But it is definitely an enjoyable dish. Oops, sorry about that. I keep bumping this thing. So I do apologize for all this. But a bite of this Mo for Strike bar. That is what it looks like outside. It's got crispies in it. It's got the chocolate. It's got the cocoa. It's got the coffee flavor, and I can definitely taste the coffee flavor in this. So that is my second favorite. It used to be my favorite First Strike bar. Of course, at the time until I got the cranberry one, I had only had the chocolate and the mocha. But so far, the cran raspberry First Strike bar is my favorite, and this mocha First Strike bar comes in second. I had the so I'm looking at one. Try something a little different, maybe a little odd, but I'm going to squirt some of this onto here. See if this does anything for it. Flavor okay, but because that's all I'm going to do with that. I'm just going to stick to putting cracker crumbs in here because I think that that enhances the flavor a little bit more, especially these cheese crumbs. So I'm throwing more of those in. But I will look for other My Own Meals. I will check out the My Own Meals website about possibly buying more flavors next year. Of course, next year will be coming up real soon, since today on oops, sorry, I got disconnected again. I thought I saw one time a chili My Own Meals on eBay, but as I was just kind of perusing, I didn't have the money to buy it at that time, but then I will check out the myownmeals.com website to see what else is available. Yeah, look at that big old chunk of chicken. Would like to see that in USMREs that have chicken in them, nice big chunks like this. Now this one is certified kosher, so it meets Jewish dietary guidelines. And of course, Muslims can eat kosher food. And the guidelines they're pretty Muslim dietary guidelines. The animals are humanely and fed any crap like big factory farms fuels. And so, the flavor is just a little bit better. I do like the taste of this particular chicken. It tastes good as a halal chicken that I eat. The freezer that someone had given me. But yeah, if you want something a little different, check out the meals. You can find these entrees alone on eBay, and sometimes you can find accessory packs. But I haven't looked on Amazon to see if they are on Amazon. But we'll be definitely checking out the myownmeals.com website. These crackers are so crumbly they fall apart when I try it up. See, right there, you can see the couple of the artichoke bacon bits. And what they are flavored TVP or textured vegetable protein, which is almost always a soy product. That is added to stuff like this. And it's also a popular salad topping. So Pennsylvania Prepper's in the house. I'm checking the chat again. Thanks for dropping in. And for those that have just come in late, I opened up the cold weather modular operation ration enhancement pack 3 to go along with this my kind of chicken. And I've been putting these Cheez-Its are absolutely smashed. I've been adding them in here because there's so much sauce. This is almost a soup. Any more liquid, it would be a soup. So I've been adding the crushed Cheez-Its into here to give it a little extra flavor. A little crunch. But this is still an enjoyable dinner. I will finish off all of this. I don't know whoever handled this more before the site that I got it from got a hold of it. I don't know if they played football with it or what, but I'm surprised these crackers aren't completely crushed either. But the Cheez-Its do taste nice and fresh. These are either late 2018. Oh, here we go. Nope, these are 2017 pack cheese crackers, so they still taste quite fresh, even though they got obliterated. There, I'll move the tray so you can just see how crushed they are. But I've had the Cinnamon's applesauce. I think that was a couple of rations back I had that. And that tastes pretty good. This is the Plains applesauce with, I'll show you, got the pouch here. So if you've never seen this applesauce pouch, this is what it looks like. It has maltodextrin, and apparently that's supposed to increase performance. And out in the field, you would just rip this off and just basically you'd nearly drink it out of the pouch. But it's still pretty good. I like it. It doesn't taste like anything super super processed. Now this chicken is not dry. Sometimes when you get chicken in a ration, it can be dry, even if it's been in a sauce for who knows how long. But having it in a container like this, as opposed to retort pouch, that gives people who have access to other ways of heating it can do that. I could have pulled out one of my bigger ration heater bags and put it in there, but I wanted to boil this. I wanted to see how well something like this would stand up to a boil test, and it passed. It did not explode or anything, had a good seal on it. I was able to grip it easily with the tongs when I took it out of the pan. So that was definitely a win for this. And 10 ounces may not seem like much, but when you have 10 ounces of a food as opposed to 8 ounces of that same food, you know you're getting more of it. So, I would definitely get this again. Just like all of the other mild meals, I would get them all again. I have duplicates of the first four, the ones that I got from CT in the case of 12. So if for some reason the power went out, I could fire up my camp stove, put a pot on it, put one of those pouches in there, heat that up, and I got dinner or lunch. So is there anything you want to ask me while I'm still here munching on my crackers? I'm going to squeeze a little bit more of this stuff on here. Oops. I think I'll try some of this on a Cheez-It. Oops. Good. It tastes pretty good on the Cheez-It, although it's extremely salty, but it's still not bad on the Cheez-It. I have to give my mocha another stir. Sometimes these powders will settle a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got up for next week. This is what will be on the menu for next week. This is MRA Nation Menu 2 Maple Muffin Top. It's one of their breakfast rations. So yeah, I'll be having breakfast for dinner. So this was the second ration that was generously sent to me by Tracy Phillips, along with the lamb IMP that I busted into last Sunday. So that one was really, really good. I highly recommend that one. So if you can get a hold of one of those lamb IMPs from 2018 or 2019, definitely got to get it because it is worth it. The week after next, I will probably go ahead and start diving into what I'm going to be calling my mashup box. And one of my recent mail calls, I opened up a box from foreignmre.com, and it had what was called the Russian Spanish mystery box. So I got that, and I got the British ORP that had one of the mains filched by customs. So I simply took all the food out of that one and put it into a box with the other stuff. I also threw in the filled French toast that was left over from the last, the 24-hour limited run Nene ration that I got from Ration. So I have 2 desserts in there. And I'll still be looking more stuff to add to that box because I want to do more of those mashups. So that'll be 2 weeks from tonight, unless something else comes in the mail sooner than that I would have to get my paws on. And speaking of Ration, they still have the 2019 24-hour contest rations, and each one of those bags has an extra item in it, what Black Dog Bob calls the prize, and it could either be a gift certificate for a certain amount of money to spend on their site. It could be an actual stock certificate, because he actually has listed on a stock exchange of some sort. I don't know which one, but basically, if you get that one, you become a part owner of the company, just like you would, say, if you bought a few shares of Coca-Cola or Mid-American Energy or something like that. And there are other prizes as well. So I would get that one just for all the extra goodies that are in there. So if the next, so when I get my money for January, if there are still some of those left on the website, I will get one. I tried to, when I did my other my Ration order, for some reason it didn't work. I was not able to add it to my cart or something like that. But I had also ordered one of the Russian drink powders, a flavor that I had not had before. And instead of sending me one, he sent me 2 of them. And the note said that, he thought it was unfair that I should pay a higher shipping cost for just one drink powder. which somehow ended up being the only thing on my order. So he just sent me a second one. See, that's the kind of guy that Black Dog Bob is. You know, he will send extras, and of course, I got extras from foreignemery.com. They always send extra goodies with their order, and I'm waiting on another ration order, so I'm hoping that will come before the end of this month, because I would like to review that one before the end of the year. And I'll keep that as a surprise. And you'll see it when I get it. So, is there anything you want to ask me, or anything you want me to show as far as if you go back through my mail call videos, you'll see my big load of stuff that is now in my ration mashup box, because I opened the ORP box to show what was in there. You know, Customs left the tuna alone. Apparently, they don't want to mess with anything fishy, so they just leave that alone. But anything with beef or chicken or pork or any other kind of red meat, they could possibly filch, and they often do. Just eating some more of these Cheez-Its. Well, since I have this container here, I might try a little something, since I got all these crumbs. And these crackers want to fall apart when I eat them anyway. Dang, I wish these were actually salted like a real saltine. I'm just gonna squeeze all this rest of this stuff out of here. That'll be all for that little guy. Throw some of these Cheez-It crumbs in there. Sorry about that. I just got disconnected again. I was doing the potato spread in here. Go ahead, Johnny. Thanks for in. because of the frequent disconnects that I've had, and there's not much going in the chat for dropping in. And Robin Jones. Oh, hope there was a done off the rest of this applesauce and these cracker crumbs and my first strike bar. But before I'll dip it in the mocha. Add that little bit of extra chocolate and coffee flavor. But I think I'm going to call this one good. I've been on for over an hour, so next week, maple muffin top MRE from MRE Nation. And if I don't get the one ration that I'm still waiting for in a couple of weeks, then I'll get into my mashup box and put a meal together. So thank you all for watching, and catch you on the flip side.